Operator, give me number 9. I've got a strong addiction to tummy-tickling swine. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Ha-ha! Thank you to Malcolm Jamal Warlord for that catchphrase submission. Malcolm Jamal Warlord. And welcome to Comedy Bang Bang for another edition. We have a wonderful show today. Coming up a little later, we will have a lawyer. Someone who knows the law, who traverses throughout the particulars of the law. He will be here coming up a little later. We also will have an actor/comedian will be joining us. But before we get to them, let me tell you that my name is Scott Aukerman. I am an actor/comedian myself, I guess, if I am offer only on both parts as a comedian and as an actor. But here's someone who is not only offer only, but gets offered those sweet, sweet gigs, baby. All those gigatrons. You know him from the John Wick franchise as the TikTok Man. You know him from the Comedy Bang Bang franchise as the Dink Dink Man. And you know him from this particular podcast as the Hey Nong Man. Please welcome back to the show, actor Jason Mantzoukas.
Wow. This is, how exciting. Look at it. Look at us now. Look at us now. We are doing it. We're making it work. We're making it happen. If we had said all those years ago in that first Earwolf studio,
remember it?
During a plane break.
Right next to the dispensary.
If we'd said to each other, someday we're going to be doing these episodes from our homes in a closet, covered in blankets. This is life, baby.
I would say, what happened? Did the business fall through? No, actually, did pretty well. Just we're in
this
closets.
Show is still incredibly successful, but we are very trapped in how we do it.
But what I enjoy about doing these shows, Jason, as well, is I get a glimpse into people's closets, and I'm taking a look at all those sweaters and T-shirts.
All of the folded clothes, all of the folded shirts.
The sweater's as warm and fuzzy as your beard.
I've started knitting with my beard. Very exciting. I'm making a hair shirt.
I wouldn't be surprised if you knitted that beard.
You know what? I thank you. That means it must look really good and it must feel like homemade. It is a homemade beard.
It is a homemade beard. As listeners know, Jason Mantzoukas is just a character that you've played on this podcast for the last 10, 11 years. Your
and
real
in
name
my life.
And in your life, your real name is Jeffrey Character-Wheaties.
Yep.
You're a nice, normal guy who puts on a fake beard anytime that he has to go out in public, and puts on a brash, brazen attitude.
Yep,
on
I
shows
don't
like
have this kind of raspy voice. This is all. I took a character class. I took a series of character classes and developed this character.
It really stuck with you too. I mean, a lot of people take those character classes and they go, okay, I'll use these on stage.
Sometimes you find those externals that really help you find your voice. And
this is a decades-long prank, essentially, that you've been playing on the public.
Yeah, totally. It's you know what? I'm having a great time inside of it. It's exciting. It's exciting to be part of a living performance.
Do you have sex mainly as Jason Mantzoukas or as Jeffrey Character-Wheaties?
Here's what I'll say.
Is it upon request? Or?
I can only answer as Jason Mantzoukas because that's the only person I can. That's the person who's talking right now.
Right, I see.
So I have sex as Jason Mantzoukas. Jeffrey Character-Wheaties, when he has sex, is having sex as Jeffrey Character-Wheaties.
Well, Jeffrey Character-Wheaties makes love.
Yes, exactly. Is the title of his R&B album.
Jeffrey Character-Wheaties makes love. Now that would be something if you separately, in addition to the Jason Mantzoukas project, put out stuff under your real name.
Jeffrey Character-Wheaties loves singing.
You hate it. And you refuse to do it. But maybe it's because
it.
Jeffrey Character-Wheaties loves it so much.
You know what? When you build a character, you try and put yourself as far away from where you live.
Of course.
So I have created a character who hates the thing I love the most, music and singing and musical theater.
Also up in your closet is a picture of a skeleton. Look, I'll be honest with you.
It's spooky. It's October, baby.
Not anymore, but I will say I will say that we have run out of things to talk about. We've been in our houses for months. I'm now talking about the pictures that are up behind you. I mean, there's nothing to, like, I can't say, hey, what'd you do last night? There's nothing to talk about.
Well, here's what I'll say. I mean, I'll take it down. You know, it is, I will say, I know we're joking around. It is a bummer. It's a bummer that we've been trapped in the house for so long. It's a bummer to have been stuck at home in isolation for 7.5 months. The fact that, like, you and I haven't even hung out to do something that we can talk about together.
Yeah, remember a couple of weeks ago we did this. Let's talk about it on the podcast.
You know, like,
we're just sitting here. I'm pointing out particulars in your closet, and that's all we have to talk about.
It really is. It's very sad to not be sharing experiences with my best bro, and I want to know, how are you? What's going on?
Instead, let us turn to the past instead of the present.
Oh,
and let's talk about things that have happened to you in the past as Jeffrey character Wheaties.
Oh, God.
Let's just talk about, previous things that have happened to you. What's the saddest you've ever been?
What's the saddest I've ever been?
Sure. This is a good interview question, right?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know what's the saddest I've ever been. That's a great question.
Where you were just pounding the floor saying, I can't do it anymore.
I mean, there've been plenty of times when I've been very sad. I mean, like, I'm trying to think when my, there's obvious moments, like when my dog died, it was heartbreaking. I held my dog in my arms while she died. That was very sad. There were very sad, scary things that are like, parental health scares and things like that are scary and sad.
Let's steer it back towards the dog dying, because that's too grim.
Well, listen, you asked me what's the saddest you've ever been. I'm earnestly trying to explore it, and my demonstrating emotion is making you uncomfortable.
Let's take it back to
take it back to the skeleton in your closet. Ooh, what's that poster?
What is your earliest memory, Jason Mantzoukas?
Here's what I'll say. I don't remember much. I don't remember. I have a in my family and so forth. I have a famously bad memory for things. Like they'll all remember some shared experience we all did.
Let's go backwards in time and I'll check with you to see if you remember it. Okay. Do you remember the start of the pandemic?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It was December 2019.
Okay.
That's when I started hearing it. That's when I started locking
from Wuhan.
Down. Yeah.
Now let's go back a little further. Do you remember President Obama's inauguration?
I do. I was there.
You were there.
I went to Barack Obama's inauguration.
Where were you in the front row? Can you be seen on?
I was in the front row screaming.
Barry! You fucking did it, bro!
You did it, Barry!
Okay, so let's go backward from there. Do you remember 9/11?
Yes, of course. I was living in New York City on the day. I took the subway underneath the events as they were happening. I got out to go to my job and turned on the radio and it was on.
Did you hear anything from the subway? Did you hear any loud noise?
I heard nothing. I heard nothing because it was still very when I got out of the subway, I turned on Howard Stern and he said, we're getting reports now that a plane has flown into this was still when they thought it was like a small, like a
before they knew it was a controlled demolition.
And before they knew it was like a jet, like an enormous plane, like a passenger plane that had flown. They first thought that it was like a hobbyist plane, like a propeller plane or something.
Right. All right. Enough about that. Let's go even further back. Do you remember?
I don't understand this model of show.
Well, because we're very good
friends.
I'm trying to get to your earliest memory. Do you remember?
We could have a conversation, but you're doing something weird. Okay, go ahead.
Do you remember your high school graduation?
Yes. I spoke at my high school graduation.
You spoke. What did you say?
I gave one of the talks. I don't know. It was
why was Jeffrey character Wheaties invited to speak? Oh,
because I was a class officer. All the class officers spoke.
What? I don't know that we had class officers. What?
I was class treasurer
in student body. I see.
Student body. Oh, sorry. We called it class officers.
How strange that they would let anyone who just ran for a thing speak at graduate. Well, what'd you talk about? The money that you saved?
Everybody had like a part to play. I spoke a little and then introduced somebody else. It wasn't a big to do.
Okay. Do you remember your first day of kindergarten?
No.
You don't.
Not
okay,
at all.
So it's somewhere in between your first day at school and your last day at school.
Okay.
Somewhere in between there is your earliest memory.
I love that you've decided that it's a school-based metric, but okay, why not?
Somewhere in there. Well, do you remember anything before school?
I mean, no, I don't really. I'm trying to think. I kind of remember school, and then I remember I remember mostly the 9 months that I lived in my mother's womb, and then
wait,
I don't remember anything.
Back up.
I don't remember anything until
Jeffrey.
like 7th grade dance.
Jeffrey, you remember?
Wait, you're talking to Jeffrey, or I'm talking to Jay? I'm only speaking as Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh, wait. So Jason Mantzoukas remembers being in the womb and then doesn't remember anything until high school graduation?
Yes.
So you took this, Jeffrey, I'm sorry, Jeffrey Caratuidis took this character class in high school, created...
I don't think that's canon, but I think I'm pretty sure we might have said it was a Groundlings class.
Well, sure. One can take a Groundlings class in high school.
I guess I could have. Jeffrey, who knows? Jeffrey character reading. Yes, possibly. You know, I don't have a lot of access to Jeffrey's memories right now.
Yeah, but what I find odd is that Jason Mantzoukas, this character that Jeffrey created, remembers being in the womb. Why?
Yeah, because it was the last time. It was the last time he got some time to himself.
Okay, in his favorite place. Wombs in general, not your mother's.
And
in
listen,
particular.
I'm talking about a womb with a view, baby.
Yep. A view. Yeah, that's a small window you got in there.
It really is, and you really got to focus on it.
And once you are looking through it, you've been pretty much evicted.
Oh, God.
Well, Jason, it's always great to have you on the show. You have strong co-host energy. I need you in my corner. I know you're in the corner of your closet, your sweater corner, but I need you in my corner today because I need you backing me up because we have a couple of important guests coming up.
Always here for you. I am as always, your right-hand man.
You sit at my right hand, which I appreciate. Yes.
I serve at the pleasure of the host.
Why is it that the right-hand man is the most important? Is it because people are normally right-handed? I can't recall exactly what the reason for that is.
I mean, I think probably because people are mostly right-handed, referring to someone as your right-hand man, it would be like the most trusted
I'm going to need some information on this, Kevin. I'm going to need you to send that through on the chat, and we will, of course, the second... I don't need to hear your guesses, Jason. I want to hear actual information. The second I receive that information, we will pause everything.
Impossible in quarantine as a host. Really, just like I'm talking to Kevin like that, like just like
Kevin appreciates it. Okay. Here's the chat. Kevin says, "What was the question?" Kevin, always nice to know you're listening intently. The question is, why do they say right-hand man?
What is the origin of referring to someone as a right-hand man?
And as soon as we get that information, we will pause everything. But before we do that,
what are you binging, Scotty? What are you binging?
Enough. We need to bring on our guest.
What?
Enough.
Scotty,
enough of this.
Everybody wants to know, what are you binging?
What are you
purging?
I of course purge watch, which means I watched The Purge, the first movie. And I did that once, and it was great.
That's so cool. I feel like teetering dangerously on the edge of a purge.
We certainly are. I mean, of course, the riots may be going on as you listen to this. We will find out soon. But we need to get to our...
we have an answer.
This information came in. Right-hand man is a military reference to a commander on the right, but it is predated by the use of right hand, a chief assistant or indispensable helper. The superiority of the right hand is cultural, right-handedness being the norm. Norm!
Okay.
Cheers. Anytime I hear people talking about politics and they talk about shattering norms, how does that make George Wendt feel?
Probably threatened. He probably feels threatened.
Shattered norms. It's like shattered glass. What was that guy's name? David Glass?
How do you think Philip Glass feels about that?
Oh, my gosh. Well, we don't have time to get into that. We do need to get to our first guest,
Ira
Jason.
Glass,
know. True enough. I mean,
any of the Glasses.
The Glass family. Are they all related?
George Glass, Jan's fake boyfriend from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah, George Glass. course. My boyfriend, George Glass.
George Glass.
What? Did she look at a glass?
She looked at a glass on the side table.
Classic. I love it.
It's like, it's pretty amazing.
George Glass. Is that one of the first examples of that? By the way, one of the best ones is in the movie The Wrong Guy by Dave Foley. That's
okay.
So good. Where he says his name is Jones, and then they say, "What's your first name?" And he looks around the room and he sees a package of like Chris's enema bags, and he says, "Enema Bag Jones." So good. Anyway, I may be butchering that, but speaking of butchers, Sam the Butcher from Brady Bunch.
He's bringing Alice the meat.
He certainly is, Beastie Boys. But we do need to get to our first guest. He is formerly, although I guess he continues to be, in reruns. I guess if you are a cast member from the beginning to the end, you will always be a cast member. If you were fired, let's say 4 seasons in, maybe you don't continue to be a cast member. I'll definitely be asking him about this to get his opinion on the record.
Wow.
But he continues to be a cast member of Silicon Valley, and he has a new CBS show. Is that right? Called something, and we'll ask him whatever that is. And it comes on at some point.
This is one of the best intros.
Look, I gotta say, he didn't come on here to promote it even. He hasn't even brought it up. It just popped in my head.
Your intro game during quarantine is next level.
Thank you. But he'd rather talk about his Twitch channel, from what I understand. So it just literally popped in my head that he has a CBS show, which he should be promoting. Please welcome back to the show one of our old friends, Thomas Middleditch. Hello, Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah. You said a mouthful.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's all over the trades, Scott. Be positive. CBS, Chuck Lorre. He's a pretty successful sitcom producer. You may have heard of him.
It's based on one of the most popular blood types.
Yeah, dude. And the most popular medical problem. You have to understand that kidney failure has been voted top 1 most sexy medical condition of 2018.
So hot.
Okay, yeah. So this program you're on is to get kidney failure awareness out there? Is that what it is?
It's to sexualize kidney awareness.
So when I watch this CBS show,
it's very kinky. No, yeah.
I remember when you guys were developing this, it was a cable show called Horny for Kidneys.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's a big new multicam sitcom. We'll be pausing for laughs.
Is it coming on? When does it come on? When is it?
Oh, best time slot you could ever. Thursday nights on CBS, and it's like in between like Young Sheldon and one of the other ones.
One of the other ones.
And then, but here's the kicker. November 5th, we will either be looking for a light comedy to take our minds off, or in the middle of a civil war. We'll see.
Wonderful. Well, we'll see when this is released. We'll see where we're at. But you're in with those CBS folks. I got a hot idea for a new show.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I've got Chuck Lorre on the phone.
Okay.
In a second.
All right. He's involved. Younger Sheldon.
Okay.
Right.
Get him in a womb.
No, that's ridiculous. Not too young. I want to go like 1 year younger.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So it takes place in the year. It's a prequel in the year leading up to Young Sheldon.
When I watch that Young Sheldon show, I'm like, it's fine, but what happened a year ago?
Here, how about a pitch? I've got a pitch. How about this?
Yeah.
Because it's so hard right now to think about how we could do TV, how we can safely, even with protocols and everything. Why don't they take episodes of Young Sheldon, take the actor as he is now, and CG him into those old episodes as a time-traveling, slightly older Sheldon.
Also, my idea, we could just take the episodes of Young Sheldon and use the de-aging process that they used in The Irishman on that kid who plays Young Sheldon, and suddenly you've got younger Sheldon. I wouldn't even know the difference if the stories are the same, if the stories are, I mean, what do you think?
How old is, just a quick question.
Sure.
How old is Young Sheldon?
You didn't ask Chuck Lorre this in your first meeting?
I think I should probably stay away from my first questions being, how old are these kids?
Chuck Lorre's on the record as saying it's none of your goddamn business.
He keeps that information very close to the vest.
I will say, Scott, because a lot of people don't know that I represent Scott as an actor. And
you're doing a great job.
You have gotten an audition for Elderly Sheldon.
Oh, wait, elderly.
Are they old Sheldon?
Old Sheldon.
Do I put on old age makeup or
nope, they want you?
They just want me as I am? Oh man, this is a tough pill to swallow.
Here's the big question for your pitch there, Scott.
Yeah.
So Young Sheldon, I just looked it up on the World Wide Web. And Young Sheldon in season 1 is 9 years old. Can you tell me, you're telling me that you can tell the difference between a 9-year-old and an 8-year-old boy?
Yeah, to me, like, he's obviously in 4th grade, and I'm just sitting there going, like, what happened in 3rd grade?
I just don't think physically you can tell.
He's also a genius. He probably skipped 3rd grade.
Okay, so
second. Isn't he in college?
Yeah, he's probably
Is he in college on Young Sheldon?
Isn't Young Sheldon basically Doogie Howser?
Thomas, tell us everything about Young Sheldon. You're leading.
Is Young Sheldon in college?
Are you typing things in, or are you asking Siri?
I like that your search history is going to really be weird. High school.
Is Young Sheldon in college? What college can I meet him in?
Hey, Thomas, it's Chuck Lorre. I heard about some of your Google searches, and
we're tracking those. Yeah, it's no big deal.
CBS tracks our employee Google searches.
You Googled the phrase, does Young Sheldon party? It's a little, it really kind of weirded us out.
How many episodes have you taped? Are you taping them during all of this? What's going on?
We are, but there's no live audience. It was such a fun thing to do in the pilot. The real heroes of multicams are the hype men that keep the audience screaming for 3 hours.
That's right. Speaking of pilots, you're a pilot.
Okay, yeah. We've talked about this.
I know. I saw a picture of you up in one of your airplanes.
Yeah, I've had a lot of free time to fly rescue dogs and stuff recently, which is
you've been for fun, like as a treat for them, or
to be nice to.
And do you just drop them into the fire zones?
Yep, I say
go rescue something.
They go, Tommy, these shelters are full. We got to kill some of these dogs, but we're out of poison. And I go, bring them onto my plane. Let me launch them off and drop them into these wildfires. 2 birds, 1 stone. No, they have like shelters are full, so they need them to transport them to other shelters, or like maybe their forever home or a medical emergency if a dog got ouchies.
Why can't they just drive them?
Because these dogs are first class.
They get car sick.
Yeah.
So in any case, Be Positive is CBS Thursday nights, 8:30, and you have a Twitch, do you not, that you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, I was just trying it out, trying to see what's so fun about Twitch, because we can't.
I was just going to ask you, what is so fun about Twitch? I don't get it.
Well, I mean, without being able to go on stage now, as we all are experiencing, we got to.
My first love.
Performing and staying engaged and silly and like just, I don't know, keep sharp with all that stuff. Twitch is fun. Like, it depends what you want to do on it. Like T-Pain's on it. And he
now my ears are burning.
I know.
But is he playing video games or is
Not
he just
really.
Like singing?
He's actually, he's just like music producing. He just like makes tracks and like teaches you how, like it's just more like informal making beats and jams.
Okay. So what do you do on it?
I play video games. That's what I like to do. So I just, I talk and I chit chat and I do sillies and then I play games. So,
but your audience can talk back to you. It's like a conversation, or it's like a passive. You're doing a show and they're just watching you, or you're playing a game rather and they're just watching you.
There's a chat window and I can look at that and interact with the chat. It depends what game I'm playing, to be honest. Some games require way too much focus for me to be chit chatting, and all they see is like my gamer face, like.
I worry that if I were to do this, I would just be concentrating on the game and forget to talk to people for hours.
Well, each game has breaks, or you may be playing some multiplayer game like where the round ends and you check in. And I usually try and leave like time in the beginning and the end to do silly stuff.
Are you playing a game? Like, are these people playing with you? Are you like part of the same game? Are they like, I'm gonna come kill you, or Are they just like watching you be like, oh, nice move or whatever? I don't know.
Depending on the game, you could probably set something up where there's a lot more like everybody playing kind of thing. But mainly it's just watching, because you can like watch Twitch on your phone and stuff. It's just like something to kind of watch, like a podcast or whatever. Okay. Like I'm imagining most people do it while they're doing something else. But it's fun, and
sounds like a great art form. Something that you do while people are doing other things. That's
literally your milieu, Scott.
I expect people to be focusing on this show.
You just expect someone to like sit in their chair, headphones on, close their eyes, and like
yes.
A nice glass
the
of
reality
brandy.
is that 99% of people right now are folding towels.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Come on,
or doing the dishes or commuting.
Yeah, so that's Middleditch.
What is
it's like twitch.tv/Middleditch, and I'm trying to do regular streams every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and then whenever else I can. So yeah, we'll see if we can have fun.
By the way, I do want to direct people to your Netflix specials that you do with Ben Schwartz. I watched one the other day with what was it, Little Paul? Is that what?
A Short Paul, yeah.
Short Paul, yes, very funny.
There's a lot of those bits, a lot of like references to the show comes up in the Twitch chat because they're fans, and so like on role playing games, I end up making a lot of Short Pauls as characters to play, like as wizards and shit.
Speaking of new realities, we have to take a break. And I know, Thomas, you have to go.
I always got to take a duty. I save my duties up for when I
thank you. I appreciate that.
Start this show, and guess what? My duty hole's full of it. So,
all right,
crank it on out, Tommy.
You're going to take off, but Jason Mantzoukas, you're going to stick around. And we have another guest coming up. We have a lawyer. And I'm sorry you're going to miss him, Thomas, because are you interested in the law at all?
Absolutely not. I'm already falling asleep. But
okay.
I'm going to save it for when I'm on the can.
Okay, great.
That would be so economic time-wise if you could shit while you slept, like cleanly.
Oh my God. I would do it for 8 hours straight if I could do it while I was sleeping.
If you could wake up well-rested and voided, completely vacated, evacuated, that would be incredible.
Isn't that what the movie While You Were Sleeping was about?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, let's be clear, because While You're Sleeping is about someone who's in a coma, it is de facto about someone who is sleeping and shitting at the same time.
If you're in a coma, you duty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You do.
That's one of the pluses.
Yeah. If you're in a coma, you do duty, yeah.
How do you duty in your coma? Do you duty out a hole? Into a hole?
Whoa.
Do you duty into a hole?
From a hole into a hole.
Yeah, are you doing poop back and forth into each other's butts forever?
like Miranda July's movie?
Yeah.
I think if you are in a coma, my understanding is they probably have to fit you with some sort of colostomy situation.
Jason's just guessing. Thomas, why don't you look up coma, duty, Young Sheldon,
chloroform,
party. Just look up all those and
boner pills with a Z.
And then just text us the answer. But we do have to take a break. When we come back, we will have more Jason Mantzoukas, and we will have a lawyer. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this.
I'm Kevin Hart, and you don't want to miss my new show, Inside Jokes, where I have the opportunity to talk to comedians in ways that I've never been able to talk to them before. Why? Well, because I believe that we're the most interesting people on the planet. Intimate conversations, and not the way that you think it. I'm not talking about nasty talk. I'm talking about real talk, raw talk with great dialogue. Inside Jokes is about jumping into the minds of our amazing comedians. Inside Jokes is available now on Stitcher. Just tap the image on your screen and add it to your favorites.
Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Jason Mantzoukas is here. Yes, as Jack and Jill said, as they went up that hill, of course. But we need to get to our next guest. Thomas Middleditch had to go. But we have the aforementioned lawyer. This is exciting. Jason, are you interested in the law?
I really am. I find that it's such an interesting topic, and I'm so intrigued by people who've spent their life in seeking out the truth and the law and understanding how the laws of our country are implemented. So
I used to think that I wanted to be a lawyer, but then I realized I just wanted to argue with people.
Well, can I ask you a question? Did you ever really think, were you ever like did you ever, and maybe you're joking about being a lawyer, was there ever a career path you thought you might take?
I used to think that if I didn't get into show business that I would have been a lawyer, because I was
really?
fascinated by the OJ trial. Glad he got off for something he didn't do.
Sure.
And but I used to think, that would be my
You're
backup
always
job.
telling me that I have to follow him on Twitter.
Of course, he's great. Well, he's
Twitter
a great guest on this show. But I used to think it would be that. But I worked mainly in a restaurant and food service. So
sure,
that would have been my fallback maybe. But lawyer is.
But you aspirationally you thought maybe I'll be a lawyer. That could be a career you would do. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. How about
this
you?
This is going to be very exciting for you.
This is exciting, but how about before we bring him on, I want to know about your backup career. What would you do? Because a weirdo like you, I don't know that you fit in anywhere in society.
I don't know what I would have done. I think the thing that I thought I wanted to do was be like a drummer. I played drums all along, and even in my mind, I was like, maybe I'll make a living in wedding band,
Blue Man Group.
I auditioned for Blue Man Group like 6 times.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I got 6 callbacks into Blue Man Group.
So they don't give you the job after like one
6
audition?
Callbacks.
6 callbacks.
6 callbacks. Yes, 6 callbacks. It was crazy.
Wow.
I got all the way till be on their stage in one of the jumpsuits and a bald cap, doing the final callback, but I couldn't. Their whole thing was, because obviously, if you know Blue Man Group, they are stoic, stone-faced. It's a clown performance. And so the guys who created it sat in the audience, and I stood on stage, and they would just say, okay, now without moving anything but your eyes, we're just going to pepper you with things. And so you just react to what we say, but don't move anything except for your eyes. And then I would stand there and they would go, what is that? What is that? Oh, you're moving your mouth. What is that? What is that?
I'm trying to do it while you're doing this, by the way. My mouth is totally still.
I couldn't do it. You're moving your mouth. You're moving your eyebrows. You're moving this. You're moving that. Like, it was like I could not quiet my face.
Well, having you on the show so many times, I can only imagine you not moving your mouth is something that you are unable to do.
Let's be honest. I didn't get the job for a reason, baby, and it's because can't stop talking.
I wonder if they remember the fact that you were there, or
no.
You know how you see all those failed Star Wars auditions where it's like Nick Nolte is, Han Solo or whatever.
Han Solo and
I wonder
Russell.
if they keep all those of like Jason Mantzoukas.
That would be amazing.
The TikTok man.
I mean, it literally was. I was like just out of college. I didn't, it was an open call that I answered. What
a fascinating parallel universe.
Oh, a little
where
bit of
you
insight. I'm
decide
a blue
to do
man
the blue
and you're
man.
a lawyer.
Yes, and I sue your ass. All right. Well, speaking of suing, I don't know whether our next guest is this kind of lawyer, but we will certainly talk to him about that. He, of course, is a lawyer. Please welcome to the show, Gino Carpuzzi.
Hey, how you going?
Doing really well. Great to meet you.
I tell you what, if you're going to sue anybody for under $10,000, you're going to want me.
Wow.
For under $10,000?
Yeah, $10,000 or under, because, baby, I'm a lawyer. Let me finish. Small claims.
Small claims
Small
lawyer.
fucking claims, Scott. It's telling you in court, all right?
Okay.
You have a little discrepancy over who did what. I want money. You say, I don't want to give you no monies. Technically, legally, in the state of California, you're not allowed to have a lawyer represent you in small claims. I say hogwash to that.
I'm say
here
phooey.
to help you. Poopsie is what I say to them.
Okay. So now I've heard that when you go to small claims court, it's not really economical to have a lawyer. I mean, you're suing for such a small amount. Usually it's like, hey, I didn't get my deposit back on my apartment, or hey, this guy scraped my fence and I need to repaint it.
You're suing Jason here for $9,999, the maximum allowable monetary compensation in a small claims court. You telling me that's not a lot of money? I don't know. Ooh, look at you. Money grows on trees.
Gino, just a quick question. For those small claims to make it financially, make sense, what kind of money are you paid? Like, how are you living off?
Yeah, normally a lawyer gets something like 30% or something. How much do you get paid?
I have a flat fee. I have a flat fee, no matter the case, no matter what you cut, no matter the case.
Is that an hourly? Is it a daily?
No, it's a flat fee.
It's a flat fee.
Oh, it's
win or lose. Okay. Win or lose, flat fee.
Jason, I like this new character, the guy who doesn't know what a flat fee is.
Well, so what is the flat fee?
How much do you charge?
Yeah.
We're looking at $12,500.
$12.50?
Yes.
No, $125,000.
Wait,
what?
Do the math.
You call that 12.5?
Do the math, Scott. No, I'm sorry. I didn't go to law school.
Oh, wait, you didn't?
No, I didn't go to law school to be compensated as a small claims court maximum $10,000 allowance.
So your fee is $120,000.
Correct. But here's what you get out of it. Here's what you get out of it. You get whatever you wanted, whatever. $1,762.
We all know the various numbers that reside within that window.
$3,128.51.
Of course.
Let's see what else. $8,000.
Okay, nice even one there.
900.
What about like 4 large?
Switch over to clams.
Yeah, you can get 4 large. Sure, you could get. You get a fucking.
What about 2 bozos?
2 bozos, yeah, 2 bozos and fitty bongos. Look, whatever you want.
Any amount, be it from $1 to $9,999.
Yeah, exactly. You're either getting that or having me defend that from being got from you. But here's the other thing you get. Is you get your self-respect. You get your pride.
Oh, that's priceless. Can't put a price on your pride, can you?
Can you? That's what I'm saying. Because all these people, what are you going to do? Call LegalZoom with their phone number that they actually have? 1-800-773-0888. You're going to call them?
I don't know why you're saying your competitor's phone number. That seems like bad business.
You have it so readily available.
Yeah. Go ahead. I dare you. Call LegalZoom. They'll lose you the case. You'll pay what? Oh, I save yourself some money. What? Pay $250.
No, LegalZoom's a great deal, and you won't lose those cases. Those cases are airtight.
Do you go up against LegalZoom a lot as an entity?
Constantly. They're the only quote unquote law firm. That's
LegalZoom is not a law firm.
Represent people, consult people on small claims.
So they're sort of like your antagonist in a way. They're the Tommy Lee Jones to your Harrison Ford.
Exactly, Scott. And you know what? I just want to make this clear that I am not legally allowed to represent you in court. So what this means is we'll go over your case. All right.
Okay.
Then you'll go to the court floor, like Judge Judy style, standing at your little podium. Bip, bap, boop. Look at me. I'm standing there. The judge is like, what do you want? What do you want? And you got me behind you in the general admission area going.
General admission.
Yelling at you, doing, ask for this, kind of thing.
How often are you shushed by the judge?
Constantly. What the fuck does a judge know about shushing?
Wait, so they don't do it the right way? They're ineffective?
Saying, what do they know when and how to shush somebody?
It's their courtroom.
They literally have a gavel in order to restore order to the court. So
this is what our legal system has come to. A bunch of judges.
That's how it started.
Shushing people.
That's what it's based on.
Started.
But they're not going to shush me in the end. I'm going to help you win. You're going to have your pride, your self-respect, and a little bit of pocket change. That will, of course, go towards your deductible on my fees.
Of course, yeah. It's not even 10% of the...
No. Can I ask you, Mr. Carpuzzi, were you always a small claims lawyer, or did you have a career in which you were participating in larger cases, more important cases? Like, what happened to you such that you now find yourself in this scenario? This can't be what you wanted.
To be honest, Jason, I'm a little offended at your question.
Interesting.
You're asking me, you're insinuating that I was never a wee man, a little boy, which I wasn't.
I don't think he's insinuating that you were not an infant, nor
was there ever
toddler.
a young Gino? Do we know about a young Gino?
I was never a young Gino because I'm a cyborg. But
what?
Outside of that,
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Let's blow past
Wait.
But you're acting like
Scott. He said, "Let's blow past it."
Blow past it.
I'm afraid, as host of the show, I definitely need a further clarification.
I want to focus on the interesting stuff he's talking about, his law career. I don't want this
I think the fact that he brought up that he's half man, half machine, although I don't know whether those fractions are correct. It may be 1/3 and 2/3. I don't know. As long as it makes
99% machine.
What? So what? 1%? Your penis?
The blood.
So you're a small claims human because you're under 10,000. You're under 100%.
Look, I'm a small claims lawyer. Gino Carpuzzi, 2000.
2000?
2000 is my full name because I'm a cyborg, you see.
Wait, were you made in the year 2000 or were there 1,999 previous models?
The latter.
Oh.
Your Honor.
What a fortuitous success to be successful.
What an even
and you're
number.
acting like all the previous models didn't grow up dreaming of being a small claims lawyer.
Yeah.
Like that's the fucking bottom of the barrel.
And what year were you built?
1996.
Okay, so it can get confusing when people think your birthday is 2000, but then you have to say, no, I'm actually 4 years older than that.
I have no problem clarifying. Okay.
So can I ask, is this something that you are public about, or are you revealing this here now? Like when you're in court or when you're working with clients, do they understand they're talking to someone who is 99% robot?
Yeah,
or
do these
cyborg?
shushing judges, do they...
Depends what I'm wearing.
Depends what you're wearing. What
do you normally wear?
Well, normally, if I'm first meeting someone and I think they might be a little cyborg phobic...
What are the warning signs of that?
Oh, big old belly.
What?
Big old belly and high tops. High top Converse shoes. Basically.
So anyone with a big old belly and high top Converse shoes.
So like a bully from the 50s?
Yeah. Buzz cut, rolled up sleeves, there's a pack of cigarettes on his side.
3D glasses.
3D glasses, saying, ooh, cool. Oh, boy, far out. Yeah, anybody like that. Anyways, if I get someone like that, I wear a full suit, so it covers my arms.
Why? What are your arms like? Are they obviously robotic? They're metal.
Metal as fuck. I got metal as fuck arms, metal as fuck legs, metal as fuck chest. Ass, dick,
what about your face?
Ass, dick, and toes?
Yeah.
ADT?
Yeah. Anyway, everything's metal except for my face and
so you have skin grafts on your face, or?
Yeah, but as I said, only the blood is from humans. The blood pumps the metal.
So where's the skin from?
The blood pumps the metal. Oh yeah. God.
Skins from dead bodies.
Oh, okay.
Of pigs. You got to let me finish.
Okay. I did let you finish. I didn't interrupt you. So
gotta let me finish. Hairs from wolves. So
wow.
Yeah. It's the only way they could get it.
I mean, like wolf hair, pig blood. This is like
human blood. I'm a man. I'm a man that's obsessed with details. Trust me, to win in small claims, it's the little things.
Wolf hair, pig skin, human blood, metal, everything else.
Yeah, robot body.
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it, you fucking animal.
All right, I will do.
I
got a green light here. How big do
I'm feeling the wolf coming out of it.
Small claims is about attitude, swagger. You go in there shaking like a leaf. Not only is the other guy gonna have his way with you, the fucking judge is gonna shush you.
Oh, that's the worst thing that can happen to a lawyer.
Nobody wants to get shushed by the judge.
Hell no, that's why I'm in the back, making sure you don't.
So how big did they build your robot penis? If that's metal, how, like, did they give you a good one?
Let me just say, it's only my legal practice that small claims.
Oh, wow. Amazing. And you're a 24-year-old. I was going to call you a man, but you're more machine than man. Do you consider yourself to be more machine than man?
I'm actually more than 24. You know that, right?
How do you mean? You were built in 1996.
Yes, but I have actually traveled back in time from the year 3333.
Oh, wow.
So wait.
Is like Terminator style?
Yep.
So you were built in 96, and then you lived
all the way until 3333.
Yep.
Wow. So you are actually, and then how long ago did you get here?
I got back here in 1996.
Oh, wait.
I had to live all this shit all over again.
Oh no! What was the worst part of that?
Wait a second. So in 1996, were there two of you? Like, are there two of you right now?
Yeah.
You came back to a time when you are also still here.
Yeah. The big thing is Christmas Day, year 2020. I got to square off against myself in small claims court.
Oh, no. So you were a lawyer even back then.
Yeah, we're leading up to the big showdown. Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Wow.
Christmas Day. I got to be in court where you guys are out huddled around the fucking mistletoe, jacking each other off.
Carpuzzi v.
I got to be in court
Carpuzzi.
getting shushed twice.
What's the case?
Carpuzzi v. Carpuzzi.
You know the case? You know, we're representing our clients. So the case is a fucking discrepancy in a fucking plumbing bill.
Oh. and so you.
But I gotta beat this guy because this guy, when a guy, his name's Eddie Schultz. If he wins, when he wins, he goes on to be a total tyrant. He becomes king of America because that starts happening.
Oh, wow.
And he launches a whole nuclear strike, and then the cyborgs take over. I'm sorry.
So you're here to prevent him from winning the case. So you're going up against
this is like a legal version of the Terminator franchise.
When you open up the little book here of the space-time continuum and this,
you are holding a very small book.
Yeah, I got all the law in the world's in this little book.
Wow.
All the law from now until year 3333.
So do you remember 1,500 years ago when you first tried this case, or when you were first the lawyer? Do you remember the things that you instructed your client to do, and now are you able to provide counter arguments against that?
I said, don't back down. I remember saying, don't back down from the bench. Don't let him shush you. And then I says,
just your standard advice.
Yeah, that's my boilerplate. I plan on doing this. I plan on doing to the defendant as well.
Okay.
So we're going to be getting into a yelling match over here.
All right.
Christmas Day, a real shout fest.
Is this on pay-per-view? I mean, this is a holiday event. Sounds amazing.
Look, I would love to charge for it because I have no qualms about making some extra pennies in this
Have you,
life.
While you're here now, have you been in touch with Gino Carpuzzi 2000 of the present timeline?
I can't.
You can't.
Oh.
If I get in touch, if we start yipping and yapping and get to know each other, space-time implodes.
Oh. Even if you're both cyborgs. I mean, I understand the human mind might not be able to understand that, but
you're processing power.
You got to remember, Jason, you got to remember, these are the things that you might forget if you're not a small claims lawyer. I got human blood. It's not the mind, it's the blood.
Oh. So for the past 24 years, you've had to avoid everywhere that you went for the past 24 years?
And I like doing the same things as myself. Who knew?
So do you remember all that using your cyborg brain? You remember every single place you were ever at from the years of 1996 through 2020?
Have you had any close calls with yourself?
One time I was going to In-N-Out Burger.
Sure.
And
these are the things you like to do.
I swear I thought it was 3:33 p.m. Turns out it was 3:36.
Oh no!
And you like to eat at 333 because it's so close to the year you're from, 3333.
The year he traveled back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't even want to tell you about the time shadow version of myself that's still continuing on in 333.
Oh, in the alternate universe that
it's the real universe. You guys don't understand. When you time travel, you create a split.
Sure, I understand.
Sure.
A rift, if you will.
A schism.
A schism. Yes. I don't want to get too in the weeds.
2 time streams. No, we do understand, even though you said we wouldn't.
2 time streams. It's not you going back. It's a split of yourself going back. So there's actually 3 of me's now running around.
Which one do you like best?
You're talking to him.
Yeah.
One of the things that I find very interesting about this is that if you are Gino Carpuzzi 2000, indeed a successful lawyer, small claims, cyborg from the future, traveling to this time in order to try a case in some very few months' time.
Yes, you're getting it.
Who built you? Who controls you? And what is their agenda? Like, who is the Cyberdyne for you?
I call them my daddy and my mommy, but you probably go to you. There's some version of parents.
So that daddy and mommy is parents. Okay, those are the same.
Parents and let me finish. Parents Incorporated. It's an underground robotics corporation. Okay, you got to understand. They got headquarters all around the world.
Oh, you're talking very quietly all of a sudden.
If I talk too loud, they'll hear me.
They have ears everywhere?
Daddy and mommy will hear you?
Mom, yeah. Daddy and mommy are going to hear me, and they're going to take me back and put me in the underground robo world. Okay, so I got to solve this.
Robo world. We haven't heard about this.
I got to solve as many small claims cases as I can. So, because once they get to 2,000 cases, once they get to 2,000 plus 1,333 cases, I can be free.
Wow.
Okay. And do you even know what I'm talking about? Because on December 25th, 2020, that's going to be my 3,333rd case.
Whoa.
So not only do I got to win to prevent the tyrant from being King America, I got to win to gain my freedom.
Amazing. Wow. Well, look, we have to take a break, but I want to pull on these threads if you don't mind. I mean, so many questions. I mean, look, when you first came on, I got to admit, you were kind of it's a whimsical thing that you're a small claims lawyer.
Pretty silly, right?
Pretty silly, but yeah, this new information has just opened up.
It's almost through just having this conversation, we've discovered so many new and bizarre things about you.
Almost to the point where it's hard to control.
Hard to remember.
Go.
These are all, listen, I'm so excited to have made a series of choices in order to have gotten here.
Little choices.
Little choices.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you know about little choices?
Wait, you know about little choices?
Of course
we'll be right back. We're going to a break.
Okay, we got to go to a break, but when we come back, we got to follow up on this, okay? If you know about little choices.
I got questions for you.
Okay, look, we'll be right back with more Gino Carpuzzi 2000, more Jason Mantzoukas. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back with Jason Mantzoukas, and we also have a very interesting person here with us, or I say person because he's got pig flesh that I'm looking at, and it leads me to believe he's a person, but I have to keep reminding myself that...
You got to remember, he's full of human blood.
He's full of human blood, but the other 99% is cyborg, or I guess the other 99% is machine, because that makes him a cyborg. Please welcome back to the show, Gino Carpuzzi 2000. Hello.
Look, I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
Does the name Caitlin So Fresh mean anything to you?
It means a lot of things to us.
She has been a guest on this show.
You're kidding me.
No. Probably 2 years ago now.
You had the Emperor of the 5 Galaxies?
Wait a minute.
Wait, she's the Empress of the 5 Galaxies?
You're saying there are 5 galaxies that are all united under one government?
There are only 5.
They're a whole lot closer than you think.
Oh, wait. So these are the total galaxies in the universe. We always thought that there were so many of them, but there's only 5.
And there is still, at this point, in 333, under her rule, there is still need for small claims cyborg lawyers.
More than ever.
It's a complicated world, I can only imagine.
Basically, all legal disputes are settled for monetary value of $10,000 or less.
Well, I would imagine that in the future they figure out money so that no one has need or want for anything, and so everything would be small claims court.
You guys are in for it. 2021 is when they find out that the universe is actually pretty small and there's only 5 galaxies. So you're gonna find out
next year. Whoa!
Yeah.
How do we find out? Do you mind if I ask?
You'll see. Just remember, at night, look up at the stars.
Wow.
Every night?
It's really interesting. We seem really fascinated and obsessed with Gino Carpuzzi 2000's present day life.
Yeah.
We barely asked him about the future that he comes from.
Well, yeah. Can I ask, can you narrow it down a little bit so I don't have to look up at the stars every single night? I mean, that's going to get a little tiring.
You'll know, buddy. Trust me.
No, I'll know. But I mean, if you could narrow it down to like a month, where I'm supposed to be looking up at the stars.
All right. From in between February and December.
Okay. I get January off. All right, I'll take it.
What's pretty staggering here is the reveal that in some, whatever it is, 1,300 years from now, Caitlin So Fresh is not only still alive, but thriving.
Yeah. How does she stay alive?
Now, look, you guys probably know more than me because for me, it's all legend and hearsay, right? It's like from the ancient tomes and so saith the Lord and all that. Okay, well, maybe you could clarify.
You could meet her right now. Like, you live in her timeline.
Yeah,
right now.
you could have looked her up or watch her YouTube channel or anything.
Yeah. You could be interacting with the person who is the emperor of your time.
Robots can't watch YouTube.
I forgot.
Yeah, so apparently, from what we know in Bible studies is that Caitlin So Fresh goes down and makes all these little choices, and then she goes through the portal. Now, what the portal did to her that she maybe doesn't know until she's 1,000 years old or something is that she's become immortal.
She doesn't know until she's 1,000? I think I would figure it out after 80 years, maybe.
All right. Yeah, so I was giving 1,000 as an example because for me, I'm also immortal. So,
that sounds like a short amount of time to you.
Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, what's that? Give or take 1,000. It's a blink of an eye for me.
Sure. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, she becomes immortal and battles the King of America.
How does Eddie Schultz get interested in politics? He's a plumber by trade.
Well, when he wins the case that my earliest self prosecutes on him, well, the word represents him.
Sure.
Tries.
Okay.
He takes that money and invests in a third political party called the Kingdom of America Party.
Here's my question. So, did you travel back in time now to make sure that your past self wins again, or do you need that past self to lose?
He's trying to get him to lose.
I have to defeat him in a high-stakes Christmas Day small claims court.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure, to change the events in history. Now, don't you think that Caitlin So Fresh might consider that a threat to her future empire and will, in this timeline, try and take you out?
Well, I don't know that Caitlin So Fresh knows about her empire yet, right? She's still...
Well, who's to say she's not being faced with a choice right now to know or not know?
Her current... look, are there the 12 assassins that are on my tail? Yes.
Who are these 12? Are they time-traveling assassins?
I have time-traveling assassins that are on my tail.
No, 12 of them.
I've endangered you both just by talking on your podcast.
Oh my God! And why 12? That's the number of the of Jesus's disciples. It's not them, is it?
Yeah.
They were time travelers?
Holy shit!
Peter, the rest,
Mark,
all of them.
Paul,
yep,
Judas,
Jacob, John Jingleheimer Schmidt, the whole fucking gang.
Who's the best? Who's the best at assassinating?
Gary?
Yes. Yes, wow. Queen. So we have to go back.
How fun, by the way, how fun was it How fun was it that you got to travel back in time to when Yas Queen was still being said?
Yeah.
Did you miss it in the future?
You don't have to understand. You have got to understand. I was 1996, so I had all these years of waiting. Like, oh, I'm saying it, and people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Gino?" And then finally it comes back, Broad City. I'm like, Yas Queen, and for a good couple of years, it was a fun time. But now it's on the way out.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm sure we'll figure out something. Now that there's people calling people king and all that. That's pretty fun.
What do people say in the future? Like, what's slang in the future like?
It's hey ho motherfucker. It's like it's
hey ho motherfucker.
Hey ho motherfucker.
Yeah, people. There's a thing called a quanch.
No, what's a I don't think we've gotten there yet.
A QWAUNCHE.
No, we don't know what it is yet.
It's kind of like a fucking little, like a prick, like some kind of little mooch, like a little rat fuck running around in the streets, like, hey, I get donations for the Salvation Army. They're just for me, like that.
So the Salvation Army still exists in 30 through 33?
It is the rival political party to the Emperor of the Five Galaxies.
So it's
that's interesting that there are political parties even though there's an emperor. I mean, like usually
they just take over and there's no democratic process of a vote or.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
Hey, look.
But I will say everything you've said makes sense and adds up. It is it's a rock solid mythology.
Yeah, you're doing the math and you're coming up a win over here. Anyway,
under what name do you practice right now? Because obviously you can't practice under Gino Carpuzzi because that was your former name, and there can't be two lawyers. It's the IMDb rule. There can't be two lawyers with the same name.
And he can't know about me either. If he figures out, and then you do the math, and then I want to see me, difficult. And then we'll evaporate space time. What was that?
It's got to be very difficult for you to have an active law practice in a timeline where you already have an active law practice.
So I pick. I mean, my alias right now, as having gone back in time, is Gino Carpuzzi 2001.
Okay, I see. So that is not tipped off your former self, your past life.
I don't see how it could. That's basically.
Have you ever almost run into yourself in court or anything like that? I guess you remember where you are, so you can do that.
I've had to represent a lot of cases I wouldn't normally represent. You understand? Because he's calling first dibs on all the ones that I would want.
So,
are you at all tempted to tamper with the events of your past self's life to make them better? Like, is there any way in which you're like, I could make, like, were you as in the actual, when your first time in 2020, like, were you like, oh, I see everything that's happening? Have you this year been at all tempted to be like, hey, everybody wear a mask, or hey, everybody shut it down,
or just stuff like in your personal life? Like, have you tried to Back to the Future 2 stuff where you're like hiding behind a window and tapping on the glass
or trying to get a lost love or something?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I have to ensure that everything goes just as it was. I have to play possum until December 25th. You understand? That's when I can really drop the hammer. That's the thing about law, Jason. Scott,
okay.
Is that it's all about time. You got to build your case. You know what I'm saying?
You've been building it for 24 years.
Yeah. Do you think I haven't wanted to? I haven't wanted to build him up. I wanted to thwart him in some way. I'll tell you one thing I did, and I shouldn't have done it. I'm going to tell you right now, but I could get legally into trouble.
All right, tell us, please.
I, as well as my old self, happen to like premium Brooks Brothers loafers. I don't know if you noticed, but Brooks Brothers does top shelf loafers. They're in the back.
I've never been in the market for loafers, so I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, trust me, it reads. They're in the back, though. I'm talking more to Jason because he looks like he knows what a loafer is.
Oh yeah, sure. I know what a loafer is. I don't have time to loaf.
Yeah, but you never worn
shoes.
One because you don't have class, Scott.
It's not a class thing. I'm a busy guy. I usually am wearing a more active shoe.
Yeah, like a nice high-top Converse, I bet.
Yeah,
I know. Don't paint me with that brush.
This guy, a real sneaker guy.
He's a real quanch, if you ask me.
Hey, come on. I know what that means now.
Quanch.
All right, Jason, so Brooks Brothers high-quality, top-shelf loafer.
Yeah.
Now, I went in This last summer, I went into all the Brooks Brothers in Los Angeles, and I bought all the nice loafers up. I tell you, I spent a lot of money. So he goes in there. He's going to be in court 25th, looking like a total schlub, wearing last year's models.
Man, amazing.
So psychologically, you already have one up on him.
I'm in his mind.
You're living rent-free in his head.
Yeah.
What's going to happen what's going to happen in court when he stands up and starts shouting at his client what he wants his client to do, and you stand up on the other side and start shouting at your client, both of you in general admission, as you've said, having purchased the lowest price tickets to sit in the court. Is he going to really freak out, or do you think he has any idea you're here?
It's why the case is being tried on the 25th. I don't know if you're aware of this, but every year on the 25th, in courthouses across America, a vortex is established.
I did not know that.
I don't know how we would know this. A time vortex?
Yeah. A time vortex is established where the 5 galaxies align every year on Jesus' day.
Oh, and those 12 assassins, his buddies.
Yeah. This is a Christian allegory that
this is like Pilgrim's Progress.
It lines up perfect.
Yep. And so that on that day in courthouses, we can see each other, talk to each other without time space imploding. So, basically what's going to happen, it's going to be my big reveal. He's going to be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm going to be like, "Yeah, wise guy, it's you." And then I'm going to whoop his ass in court.
But when this happened the first time you lived in
this is what I want to ask is do you remember all of this happening? Do you remember arguing this case the first time against a guy named Gino Carpuzzi 2001?
You're damn fucking right, and I won, and I defended a plumber.
So this is a case. This is just going to happen again. You're caught in a time loop.
I think you're in a loop, buddy.
What are you talking about? There's no such thing as loops.
Do you remember the last time you did this 1,500 years ago and you went up against Gino Carpuzzi 2001? Do you remember him getting in your head and buying up all the loafers and you being uncomfortable?
Now I know more. You think buying up a bunch of fucking loafers is going to throw me?
Well, it did. I mean, it didn't the last time.
Exactly.
You're proving our point here.
I think maybe the young Gino has an edge on you. I think having lived so long, you might be slowing down. Be rusty. You are an older model.
We were still the same model. I mean, yeah, sure, we got a little bit of rust in cogs, and maybe our human blood is a little congealed, and a pigskin's a little bit rotten.
How long has that been rotting, by the way? Because I'm getting a close look.
It's flaking off of you.
Yeah. I'm not a stranger to makeup. That's not weird to me.
I would think in the future it wouldn't be weird to anyone. But
yeah, it's not weird.
All right. So I'm just worried here that this is all futile. How many times have you done this? Do you remember?
How many times have I done this?
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you gone back in time and lost the case and...
Okay, hold on. Let me do the deal. Let me do the math on this. 3,333?
So you've lost this case 3,333 times, and you've gone back in time trying to rectify that.
3,333.
Oh, wait a minute.
3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 3 is 9.
Plus 3
is 12.
It's 12. Divide
the 12 assassins. The 12 assassins.
Divided by 5 galaxies. 12 divided by 5 is
plus 1 emperor.
2.25.
2.25 or something. 2.25. 5 minus 2 minus 2. That's only 1. 1 Washington Lane. The next clue is at the White House.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. We got to get to the White House.
Oh, this is... I cannot believe how many threads of what I call a middle verse are being pulled together right now.
The MCU, the Middleditch cinematic universe.
Sure.
The Ditchiverse.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
Wow.
Well,
I really feel like the red string connecting all of these pieces is all starting to come together into one straight line.
Yeah. Of course, if it doesn't make sense to you now or any of the listeners of this thing, they're fucking stupid.
Well, we say that every show.
Do the math, you dopes.
Wow. Well, this is incredible. Christmas Day. Wow. I want to hear how this goes. I mean,
will it be live streamed anywhere? Maybe
be
on
live
Twitch?
streamed on Twitch, twitch.tv/Middleditch.
All right.
Why not Middle Twitch?
That's been pointed out to me so many times.
To you?
Yeah, and I'm representing a guy in small claims.
Oh, who's he suing?
He's being sued by people who thought of Middle Twitch.
Oh,
and
man.
he says his whole case is, don't worry, I'm doing the hashtag, so you get both. But, it's the whole thing.
All right. Well, look, we are running out of time. We only have time for one final feature on the show, and that's a little something called Plugs.
Open up the plug bag, he got a show on Quibi, she got DuckTales podcast, they got Ted the Sling Man, y'all say, I know plugs know me, and we're more likely to watch it if your content is free. Open the plug bag right now, over me.
Thank you. That was plugged together by, oh boy, Butt Sniff Magoo or some shit.
He gets it.
Oh boy. All right, what are we plugging?
That could very well be a character on this
very
show.
well could be. Jason, what do you want to plug? What's going on in your life?
Oh, nothing too much. You can, of course, listen to the How Did This Get Made podcast, also here on the Earwolf Networks. We've been doing live streams. You can check that out. And then if you want to see more of me, the next season of Big Mouth will be coming out soon. And The Long Dumb Road is on Netflix, so check that out.
And Gino Carpuzzi, what do you want to plug?
December 25th.
Oh, of course.
Court battle, Christmas Day. And but I think we've talked about all the other things that I find interesting. I'm a big Middleditch head, so, Be Positive on CBS.
Well, you represent him.
Yeah, I do. Of course, he's my top client.
Yeah.
Guy pays out the ass.
12.5 every case.
12.5, every case. Yeah. So CBS, Be Positive, and Middleditch and Shorts on Netflix. And, if you want to have a fun time on the twitch.tv/Middleditch.
All right. And I want to plug every episode of the Comedy Bang Bang television show is on AMC Plus, which is a new hot streaming channel, which I guess has, I don't know, Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead or something. I'm not really sure. Anyway, $9 a month from what I've heard. If it's worth it to you, watch Comedy Bang Bang, and maybe one of these days the back end will kick in. It certainly hasn't at this point.
Here's what I bet. My guess is that there's probably some sort of free week you can sign up for.
Yeah.
Sign up for the free week
and watch all
of Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah, all 110 in 7 days.
Boom. That's the challenge. Hashtag all 110 in 7 days.
By the way, it's not that hard.
Challenge.
You would have to watch like 15 a day or something, and they're only 20 minutes a piece. I mean, that's not that hard.
Totally doable.
5 hours a day? Come on.
For the Hang Dong Man episode alone, it's incredible.
Of course.
You know what I just read here?
What's that?
And this is true for my practice, too. In small claims, if you win, the court can order the losing side to pay your court fees and costs. So that's why...
You just read that? You've been alive for hundreds of thousands of years.
You have not known that? You've tried so many cases.
Oh, I haven't won any is the thing.
What? You haven't won any except for that one on Christmas Day?
You have.
So basically, you just get the other side to cover that 125.
Why did they send you backwards into time if you are such a bad lawyer?
Hey, I don't make the small claims. I just yell at them.
Yeah.
I'll just yell during the proceedings.
All right. Well, let's tell you what. Let's close up the old plug bag.
You're telling me I have to listen to another one right now?
You start with a C when you want to close.
I almost successfully killed myself.
Lead with an L and then you O.
Holy shit. Oh, God. No! Don't open it up. Close it forever.
Take your hand and open it up.
Don't!
Then Horatio comes and then he just says,
What? part of it. This is awful. Shame on everyone involved. Oh, God. Make it stop. Can you make it stop? Just push a button. I'm looking right at you. Push the button, Brett.
He doesn't have his pedals.
Push the button.
He doesn't have his pedals.
Push the button. Push the button.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much, Jason. So great to see you. And I'm just noticing your forearm band, which I guess is keeping sweat off your forearm. So I hope you've been staying dry.
Yeah, I gotta keep my my forearms get so sweaty when I podcast.
Just one, apparently.
Just one.
And Gino Carpuzzi, 2000. Such a pleasure. I mean, you've pulled together so many hanging threads on previous episodes here. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, thank you. No problem. I'm happy to be here. And Jesus, I hope the 25th goes well. Otherwise, if you thought 2020 was a doozy,
All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.